very much. Dear participants and organizer of the first COPA's annual conference. Today, we are acting as a representative from Kazakhstan with a presentation on the topic remote Earth sensing using unmanned aircraft in Kazakhstan. My name is Maira Kussainova. I am head of the Center for Sustainable Agriculture at Kazakh National Agrarian Research University. And I am also senior fellow researcher at the Kazakh German University. Our center conducts educational scientific work in various regional and international projects funded by NASA, USAID, the Ministry of Education of Science in Kazakhstan, the American Consulate of Kazakhstan, FAO, and others. Also, I would like to introduce my co-author, Timur Tamenov. He is the head of the structural unit of the UAV group at the Agritech Hub of Kazakh National Agrarian Research University, and he is engaged in remote sensing of the Earth using animated aerial vehicles. During this time, we managed to fly on various UAVs of aircraft, glider, and copter types, Russian, American, Chinese, and Turkish production. You also can see it from the most interesting models on this slide. We work both on a commercial basis and a large international project. Our center is located on the basis of Agritech Hub Kazakh National Agrarian Research University, which also includes 17 different research institutes, including ours, which was created in 2016, in order to develop and attract new technologies and transfer for the purpose of localization in the agri-industrial complex of Kazakhstan. Today, the center finds and attracts effective technologies in agribusiness, invests and incubates them with the aim of further commercialization. The advantage is developed scientific and technical-based scientific potential, which allow to reduce risk in order to attract and commercialize new technologies. Our center is engaged in the digitalization of the agri-industrial complex using different types of the drones with specialized sensors on the board. Efficient farming is not possible without knowledge of the area in the fields, data on the state of plants and soils. At the moment, different type of the drones photography is a simpler and more effective method of obtaining such data. The result of our work is creation of the interactive field maps, assessment of the state of the vegetation cover, as well as the accurate identification of zones under the influence of stress, pesticides of disease, and also for farmers, these indicators help to optimize the fertilizer contribution, as well as to improve the quality and quantity of the crop. We perfectly understand that we are not innovators in this area. We only analyze the experience of working in this direction in leading world powers and sensibly assessing our capabilities and potential. We adapted these technologies from different types of countries to our republic. Today, on the basis of our center, we have special material and technical base of 10 unmanned aerial vehicles, aircraft and copter types, which is designed to work in various and industrial sectors, as well as in the agri-industrial complex. Our drones are equipped with a variety of specialized sensors, such as multispectral and hyperspectral cameras, gas analyzers, and handheld sensors that measure the level of air pollution, as well as the specialized optical and thermal imaging cameras. The technologies that we use help farmers reduce the cost of chemicals treatment by up to 20%, increase yield by up to 30%, and as a result, increase the competitiveness of agricultural producers in our Republic of Kazakhstan. Briefly about the technology itself. As well all understand, professional drones photography will not be enough. This is only one of the stages of work. And perhaps the most crucial stage is work in specialized software for post-flight data processing, thanks to which we create various interactive maps of fields in 2D and 3D format. On this slide, you can see the initial processing according to the result of which type points will be created in the future and density point cloud and 3D structured terrain surface will be formed. On this slide, in the video format, you can clearly see the created 3D surface of the side-by-side educational and experimental farm of our university. In this map, we have the opportunity to carry out all kinds of calculations, relatively speaking, determine the distance from point A to B, determine the distance and length, calculate the area of certain area, and determine the balance. On this slide, you can visually familiarize yourself with the orthomosaic, a map with maximum detail of side-by-side educational and experimental farm object of our university. This object detailing is 1.52 centimeter per pixel. By the way, this detailing is about 10 times better than what space sensing can provide. On the basis of our organization, we collected database of this field, and the left on this slide, you can see the orthomosaic of the terrain made of different time intervals. On the top right, a map of the individual format and kind of X-ray field, thanks to which we are able to pinpoint problem areas in the area farms field. Bottom right, here you can see the height map. On this slide, also you can see the overload of our map in the camel format, shape format, on a Google Earth with the dotted GPS references. Here, in the next few slides, we would like to talk about our cases, which were done in our country. Work was done in mapping the fields of Maira, its agricultural farm. By the way, this is one of the largest agricultural producers in the Almaty region of dairy production. Based on the result of our work, the pesticide infestation were identified. Due to the timely identification of FOSI, the farmer carried out chemical treatment in the timely manner and in a targeted manner, and as rule, saved the most of the fields, less pesticides, herbicides, and fuels and lubricants were spent. The slide shows a detailed orthophoto map of apple world fields, which is located also in Kazakhstan in Almaty region, with maximum detailing of objects. In particular, you can determine the degree of germination of crops, create the topographic plan of the area, monitor land, count the number of trees, and etc. Also, on the slide is a 3D map of the field of educational and experimental farm Agro University, side-by-side. Thus, such studies carry out an inventory of lands, determine the exposure of the slope and the angle of inclination of the field. which is important for the organization of the irrigation system. This slide also presents as a promising project in the future, where drones with specialized cameras and artificial intelligence system will automatically determine the location of cattle, count their livestock, and find lost animals. In this slide, you can see the icons between remote sensing using drones and space sensing. UAV data is detailed from 1 centimeter pixel. Access to data is daily. Efficiency on demand and satellite data, if we will compare, detailed from 50 centimeter pixel. Access to data weekly. At best, is if possible, sometimes and impossible when there is cloud dependence. Efficiency depending on the priority of the order. You can see there here the different type of the software which we are using in our organization for making our result more clear and more innovative. Thank you for attention. This is our contact for cooperation. All of the work by the drones doing with the Timur Tamenov team. And if you have any questions related to the drones and the cooperation, you can contact us and we can easily come to cooperation. And if you have now some questions, please, we are waiting for this question for answer. Thank you.